today we're testing the sleds, testing ourselves, test the dry suits, and then just generally practice about getting in and out of the water. At the moment, the way global warming and climate change is occurring, it's a lot more likely now that we're going to have to swim a lot of the leads up in the Arctic. So this hopefully will allow us, instead of having to go miles and miles, you know, heading southeast or west, that we can go straight and keep our bearing relatively north. The dry suit itself is a different type of dry suit than divers would use. It's very, very loose because we have to get it on and off our clothing very, very fast. The problems with it is that it does have the ability to take water in from the neck. Also, they're very easy to puncture, so we have to be very careful from that point of view as well.
So John, is it more difficult to get out now that it's frozen?
It is a little bit, yeah. It hardens up very fast. So I think the faster you go to the water, get out as fast. Got to freeze in seconds. Sure.
I think there is a small leak, yeah. It's not much, but you don't need much to get pretty wet when you're in the water for a while. So.
We can't let the fact of things going wrong stop us from actually getting on. If it's a case we have to cross leads and one of them are leaking, then we may have to improvise that two people jump into the water. We need the two sleds together, or three sleds, to form the raft system. Yeah, it was a good exercise today.
On the 1st of March we're taking off to the North Pole, and we're going to ski from Canada to the North Pole. It should take roughly 50 days, and skiing with my dad.
This was actually third generation Weber, because my father had actually went up to the pole on a number of occasions doing scientific work with ice stations up near the North Pole in 68, 69, I think in 79. I'm looking forward to going to test them. It's quite special. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this again, one of the main reasons. So quite unique to be able to travel to the North Pole with your son. It's pretty exciting.
Have you seen the changes over the years? Like, you know, at this
stage? It's, yeah, the climate change. For anyone who's you know, has any doubts, I mean, I don't know the cause, but boy, it's sure changed. It's not the same place as it was in the 80s and 90s. It's considerably warmer. The ice is visibly much thinner. It's changed the whole patterns of the ice and the way it looks. The ridges aren't as high anymore. The pans tend to crumple up more. In April it's 10 to 20 degrees warmer, which means a lot more fog. Actually fog, we never used to have fog in the old days, and much more overcast. The storms are much stronger and more frequent in April. So yeah, it's a very different place than it was in the 80s and 90s.
Well, the Weber family are an amazing family, and I have been very, very lucky to have become friends of Richard and Tessa and Josie and Hansen over the years, and you know, he's bringing in a team there. He has two other people going with him, so therefore he's out on the ice and we're out on the ice as an Irish team on a separate party. But it's great, we've actually worked well together. We're chartering a flight that we're going to share the cost on. It keeps the cost down a little bit, and you know, the likes of himself and the likes of Borgi Osland, Eric Phillips, different people from around the world, you know, have been so helpful, you know, in us, in our preparations and in our and their general advice in going up to the North Pole. As you can see, there's thousands of pieces of food here now, and each single calorie, each single piece, each single bar has to be accounted for, because without it, it's not as if we can go to the shop like and we're 2,000 miles away from civilization. So today we'll actually sort the food, and then in the next few days we'll be going to the tent base, and then the clothes base, and then the communication base.
these are crisp rolls, and we're just plastering butter and peanut butter on them, so we're trying to get as many calories as we can onto a small amount really. Butter is huge in calories.
Claire has actually made out all her requirements. Because I'm a bigger guy, I need to eat more. I'll be burning something like 8,700 calories. And in relation to the diet that we have, it's completely carbohydrate based. Because of the fact we just have to get fat in, like we've literally like eating lards of butter.
I suppose we've been working on it here and there over a year, just chopping and changing things and trying to find something that's palatable but calorie dense enough to work.
What we have here so far is we have a dinner, about 800 calories, about 450 calories as a dessert, and then during the day, I suppose for comfort, we have a small bit of coffee, some tea bags to put in here yet, and energy drinks, plus one small bar of chocolate, just for a bit of luxury. What we'll do is we pack the sleds with our first 25 days. We'll actually pack or drop food in 3 of these bags. So yeah, we're getting there. Now the next thing is to get it from here up to Resolute without actually anything going astray. Yellowknife, we spent 17 days of packing, testing our dry suits, training. We've gone out in the pressure ridges, and we also had our bodies acclimatized to the snow and ice conditions that we would find in the Arctic here at Yellowknife. For what we're doing, you know, I have huge respect for the past polar explorers, for the people that actually, the likes of Borgie Osland, the likes of Richard Webber's, who have done amazing stuff. And you know, I just look up to them in awe for what they've achieved. And for what we're doing, it's our Everest. And it is a big Everest, no matter what way we look at, you know, what we're doing. And we're a small team, you know, it is John, Claire and I, right? So we would have to actually work together to ensure a success on this one.
Just looking forward to getting started really. We've been in Yellowknife for about 10 days, 12 days now, just sorting everything, and I suppose it comes a point where you're sort of sorted as much as you can be and you just want to get started.
Well, this here is our drop. It's going to be parachuted in. We're going to load it here in Yellowknife and we're gone on the 20th of March. The pilot and they're going to put it on a plane and then they're going to fly over our position on our way to the pole, and they're going to do one drop with all of our food.
On the 18th, you guys are going to call in with your coordinates, so then we can have a preliminary plan of whereabouts you're located. On the evening of the 19th, you're going to call in with your exact locations of the drop. So then that's when I'm going to load the aircraft in the order of where your groups are. As well as when we fly over each site, because there's 3 groups of 3, we're going to have you stand in a pattern. So one group will be standing very close together, just with linked arms as they fly over. Yeah. That'll just be a reconfirmation that as well as the colors of the tent. But then I know for sure this is the group on my manifest, they're getting that load. Okay. So there's no way we can mess it up. You've got coordinates, you've got the colors of the tents, and you've got now an actual pattern of the body standing as we fly over.
Man, I tell you the honest truth, we're trusting in you, like,
I know,
to make sure our stuff actually gets landed
and each group
to us at the right place.
And we take that really seriously though, so don't worry, there's no way that we'd leave you stranded like that.
So Darren, what's happening today? Are we caught?
Yeah, it looks like it's blizzarding up there today. It's gusting 25 to 30 knots up there, and it's a quarter-mile visibility, so the snow's getting blowing around with the wind, and so it doesn't look great for today. We'll see how it looks in the next hour, if the weather picks up or not, but the forecast doesn't look great, so it'll probably stay on the ground for today and hope for tomorrow morning.
Okay, I suppose that's part of the Arctic travelling anyway.
Yeah, that's what happened. Once the wind starts to blow, it whips the snow around and the visibility reduces to 0, and that's
well, safety first then.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
There's always going to be issues, you know, with the cold, and that things are going to go wrong, but I think as much as possible we've sort of anticipated what might give trouble and have a plan to deal with it.
So, Pat, what stage are we at now?
Well, hopefully we're going to get out today. We've been hanging around now for 2 days with all our gear sitting on the runway. It's all in the plane, so at least that's a good sign. We can see it being strapped in. The next thing is actually fly to Resolute, and we'll spend 2 or 3 days there, hopefully maximum, and then we're off onto the ice. So a bit concerned with the weather today, but the pilots have said, yeah, they're going to move. So that's great. We won't have to hang around Yellowknife anymore, even though it's been a lovely place.
We'll be here soon. They said 3 o'clock.
See you, Terry.
Take care and good luck. If you need anything, call me.
Okay. Cheers.
Need more of that whiskey, just give me a call.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's
I'm
it.
looking forward to that.
Hopefully to Pole and back to Ireland, and all going well.
Very good.
Take care, Claire. Take care, Pat.
Okay, Joe, I'll talk to you probably when I talk to you.
Yep. Good luck.
How's Ozzy? How are you, boy?
Oh yeah.
Can I introduce Howard?
How are you?
My old buddy there.
Mr. Falvey.
Right rogue. Happy man, Tom. Yeah.
Happy to go McKee, that's all that matters,
Well, this is it. We're going to load the plane for the North Pole. I've just come out here with Ozzy. It's all exciting now. Bit of fear, bit of anticipation. This is it, the Twin Otter. We're going up in the morning. We're loading it tonight. And well, what's next? Just wait.
Next, we put fuel in the plane, load it up, give you a good night's sleep, and kick you out.
Circle is Ward Hunt Island, and there's alert. So it's looking pretty clear up there. I called the Arctic Weather Center to make sure there wasn't anything hiding, and it looks good. Yesterday this was all a solid mass of cloud, and it was right against the coast. It actually had pushed inland about 20 miles, so we've gotten considerably better.
Very good.
Yeah.
So you think we're okay for today, so?
It's looking good weather-wise. It's looking very good. Alrighty, that's kind of where we're at weather-wise. Yeah.
Well, that's it. We're ready to go to the North Pole. It's cold, minus 40 degrees Celsius. Just going to board the Twin Otter now. Troy, our pilot, will be flying us up. There's a bit of cloud just off Ward Hunt, so I hope we can land today. Yeah, it's 6:30. And we're tired, but we're on the way. Well, that's it, the end of an expedition. As Shackleton said one time, it's better to be a live donkey than a dead lion. So John's fingers are too frostbitten. We came in as a team, we're going to go out as a team. We're expecting a rendezvous here in about another 20 minutes. We raised the rescue 2 days ago. So hope John's fingers will be okay, and we'll just see what way it goes. You know, learned a lot. Bit disappointed, but that's the way it goes. You know, life as an expeditioner doesn't get easy. Have to make decisions, and sometimes the decisions can be fairly daunting. And this one for us is fairly daunting, to have to return, you know, back to base and to get John's fingers seen to. At least that's all that's wrong. If we continued, it would have been a lot worse. I've seen people lose fingers and toes from being out in this type of environment. You know, so that's the way it would have gone. Hopefully John won't lose anything.
Bye.